Unrivaled League needs Caitlin Clark, and they are preparing to offer her a massive deal.
Caitlin Clark finally dropped a bombshell with her leaked contract for the Unrivaled League, and it's safe to say Angel Reese and A.A. Wilson are feeling the heat, turns out. While they thought they were in on the exclusive club, Breanna Stewart was secretly serving up a jaw-dropping deal to Clark that left everyone else in the dark.
It has just been reported today that Caitlin Clark could receive a Lionel Messi-like offer to play in Unrivaled startup 3-on-3 league, which is a full court press to sign her.
The setup was simple. Unrivaled didn't just recruit Clark under the radar, they slapped a no disclosure rule on her so airtight you'd think it was top secret INT.
Now, this is also interesting to me because I feel like it is kind of late in the game to start recruiting Caitlin Clark. The Unrivaled League has 26 of their 30 players already.
But now Clark's had enough of the silence, and she's making it clear that anyone who is celebrating her absence from Unrivaled was way off the mark.
Caitlin Clark is needed for this league. It should be one of their main goals is to get her to play in the league no matter what that costs, no matter what that is going to take.
But if you're out of the loop, let me break down the full story, because Unrivaled didn't come here to play by anyone else's rules. Unrivaled, the fresh, bold face in women's basketball, has one mission: completely flipping the script on women's sports, and let's just say they're dead serious.
Now they're realizing we might need Caitlin. Nafisa Collier, who is one of the founders of Unrivaled, had this to say about Caitlin Clark.
Backed by some heavyweights like Breanna Stewart and Nika UM, this isn't just a league, it's practically a movement. Think high-energy 3-on-3 games, primetime coverage, the works. It's all about giving women's basketball the kind of showtime treatment it's been missing for years. And here's the kicker: they weren't looking for just any players to make this splash. They had their sights set on one powerhouse name from the beginning: Caitlin Clark.
Go ahead and look. Everywhere you turn, Indiana Fever's breaking.
But then, plot twist, when Unrivaled launched, fans went nuts wondering why Caitlin Clark, the biggest rising star, was nowhere to be seen. Social media lost its sports shows. Couldn't stop asking the question, and the Unrivaled comment section absolutely blown up, with people saying, "Where's Caitlin?"
It's definitely upsetting. I don't think nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful, disrespectful, hateful comments and threats.
It's brand new. It's going to be hard to get eyeballs on it. All of these, the WNBA is in their 28th season and it's still a new league. Like, it's hard to get the kind of virality, viewership, all the things that you want right off the bat. And especially if you don't have a big name or a big draw.
I mean, it's not every day you see a rookie pull in crowds so huge that arena attendance jumps by 50%, and then she's not even on the starting roster for the biggest new league around. For most fans, it felt like a slap in the face, as if Unrivaled didn't see Clark's worth, or worse, thought they could pull off their big debut without her.
The kind of physicality and double teams and face guards and all of those things that she was receiving on the court, but also all of the noise, all of the drama, all of the media circus surrounding her off the court, that just had to have been so much to handle.
But no, Stewart and her Unrivaled crew knew exactly what they were doing. Breanna Stewart, one of the league's co-founders, is no stranger to a well-timed reveal. She didn't keep Clark's involvement quiet by accident. The plan was simple: keep the fans guessing, and then hit them with a bombshell announcement when it mattered. They didn't want Clark's deal overshadowing everyone else on the roster. Too soon, no, they were building suspense, setting the stage so that when Clark's news finally dropped, it would hit like a ton of bricks.
She should be one of the top paid players in the world just for the sheer numbers that she's bringing.
And the second those leaked details hit the news, it was like an earthquake in the sports world. Caitlin Clark was offered a colossal $75 million to join Unrivaled. This was a deal designed to make Clark the official face of Unrivaled, a player, ambassador, marketing machine, you name it, she got it all. A hefty guaranteed salary, endorsement deals, exclusive TV rights, and even a front row seat in Unrivaled grand plans for global expansion.
To drive revenue so we can give the players extra income, extra opportunities. I had to actually educate the players. They're like, good, 75 million divided by 144 payouts.
Stewart and her team knew this deal was so huge that the second other players got a whiff of it, they'd start talking about renegotiations or maybe even feeling a little left out. The whole point was to avoid stirring the pot too soon, but once the numbers were out, they Hit like a tidal wave for prospective AA, Wilson, the WNBA's reigning MVP, makes around $230,000 per season. Clark's deal is the kind of contract that screams new level like no one's business.
Was just announced recently that Unrivaled struck a television deal with TNT. Now, this exclusive media rights deal is reported to be 45 plus primetime games. TNT Sports are also invested in the league, and sources say that it's a 6-year deal that could be worth more than $100 million.
And with Unrivaled recent deal with TNT, it's clear they're serious about turning women's basketball into a primetime sensation. We're talking about over 45 televised games, and a full-throttle attempt to pull in viewership that even the UNBA hasn't cracked just. To put it in perspective, the WNBA averaged around 657,000 viewers per game in 2024, with Clark at the center. Unrivaled is betting she can double that, and then some.
Probably the biggest issue that players have. We did a player survey and travel. The league was able to kind of take a lot of pressure off of itself.
And while the fans are loving it, Clark's fellow athletes' vibe is a bit different for top-tier WNBA players like AA Wilson. And Angel Reese Clark's offer is more than just a shocking number. It's a loud, unmissable reminder of the huge financial gaps within the sport.
But there have been so many players, coaches, media personality who have been so afraid to just admit the fact that Caitlin Clark has been the sole reason for so many of these things happening this season in the WNBA.
Angel Reese even took to social media to air her frustration, hinting that years of grinding for this sport just got eclipsed by one mega contract. You can't blame her seeing a rookie come in with an offer that dwarfs the paychecks of seasoned stars. Has got a sting for players earning between $150,000 to $200,000. Clark's deal is over 20 times their salaries, making it clear just how far Unrivaled bankroll priorities lie.
Yeah, what's the headline? It says, we're not asking to get paid what the men get paid. We're asking to get paid the same percentage of revenue share.
And here's where things get really interesting. This deal, for all its potential to elevate women's sports, also risks stirring some serious tension. The WNBA has fought tooth and nail for better pay, respect, and airtime, and now they're watching Clark walk into Unrivaled with a golden ticket worth way more than they've ever seen. It's not hard to see why this could create resentment among players who've been building the sport for years, only to see a rookie like Clark suddenly in a league of her own, literally and financially.
But we didn't want to rush into it because we wanted new owners, like new ownership groups. Anyone who knows sports here knows, like, it's a slog to be a sports.
And one should know Caitlin Clark isn't just any player. She's become a full-blown sensation, practically a marketing goldmine. And her rookie year in the WNBA proved exactly why. In a league that's historically struggled with lower attendance than its men's counterpart, Clark's arrival hit like a meteor.
Raised overall viewership. Like Nafisa said, they're changing venues just to accommodate all the fans who want to come watch Caitlin Clark play.
Arenas saw a 50% jump in attendance, all thanks to the Clark effect. Fans were pouring in just to catch a glimpse of her magic on the court, and when she played, viewership soared to over 1 million per game, which is unheard of in the WNBA. Clark didn't just join the league, she set it on fire from day one. Her highlights turned into viral moments online, her social media was blowing up, and her presence kept fans hooked long after the buzzer.
A lot of this noise came by people that were sitting on this network. They tried to minimize her, said, well, you giving her all this credit.
And let's talk merch for a second. Clark's jersey didn't just sell, it was practically flying off the shelves, smashing records in WNBA merchandise sales. She wasn't just someone fans wanted to watch, they wanted a piece of the Caitlin Clark experience. Her name, her moves, her whole brand became irreplaceable for the league. For a WNBA that's been fighting tooth and nail to get the attention it deserves, Clark's entrance was like a miracle sent from the basketball gods. She brought the kind of hype and visibility that had been sorely missing, and she didn't just attract the regular crowd, she pulled in a whole new, younger, and way more of her fan base.
We have former NBA players playing in Big Three, right? So for Cube to come out and be like, I'm going to pay Caitlin Clark more than I pay any of these guys who used to play in the NBA. I'm going to pay Caitlin Clark more because that's the value that I see in her.
Before Unrivaled threw out its colossal offer, another league was Ian Clark Ice Cubs Big Three League. Yeah, that's right, the one with all the retired NBA stars running 3 Honor games in 2024. Cube turned heads by offering Clark a massive $3 million to join his league. Now, to put this in perspective, the Big Three's top players, mostly former NBA legends, make around $100,000 to $500,000 a season. But for Clark, Ice Cube was willing to go 6 times that. For him, this wasn't just about adding a talented player, it was about bringing Clark's electric energy and undeniable charisma into a league known for its all-male big-name lineup.
And he was so unapologetic with the way that he came out and said, this is who we want, this is the value that we see in her, regardless. If she can't make a game, that's totally fine. We know that it coincides with WNBA season.
This wasn't just another sports offer, it was Cube making a massive statement. Here was a league filled with ex-NBA heavyweights, yet he saw something in Clark that broke all the usual boundaries. He was ready to shake up the Big Three's traditions to make space for her, even if it meant pushing aside the egos of his re-bred superstars. He wanted Clark's cross-sport appeal because her game wasn't just about women's basketball, it was a magnet that could pull in fans from across the sports world.
We have Lisa Leslie, Nancy Lieberman, like there are legends among us in the Big Three, and there are high-level former professional athletes on our courts, and he was okay putting it out there because he knew how much it could help the Big Three.
But here's where Clark's decision gets even more interesting. Despite the fat $3 million carrot dangling in front of her, she turned Cube down. She decided to stick with the WNBA, making it clear that she wasn't just in this for the cash or a quick fame grab. Clark chose the WNBA because she saw it as her home base, a league she could build her career in and help grow from the inside out. It was a moment that spoke volumes about her commitment, not just to her career, but to the future of women's sports.
Unrivaled would have taken that exact approach, and what it feels like to me is Caitlin Clark was an afterthought in all of this. And maybe she was, maybe she wasn't, maybe they wanted to wait until after the WNBA season.
By choosing the WNBA, Clark set a whole new standard for loyalty in sports. Sure, money's great, but for her, staying meant more than just a paycheck. She wanted to elevate women's basketball and contribute to its future, and fans took notice. Her choice sent a powerful message that she was here to invest in the game's future. So when Unrivaled eventually came back with their $75 million mega deal, they knew they weren't just signing a player, they were dealing with a once-in-a-generation talent, someone loyal, fiercely ambitious, and willing to put the sport first.